Welcome to the FBLA PBL Advisor Success Academy online training support for FBLA PBL advisors. In this video training segment, we will introduce tips and techniques for successful chapter finance resources, specifically concentrating on the area of member and chapter fundraising. In this video series, we will highlight the following: why financial resources is an important business education and leadership exercise for FBLA PBL members and chapters. And we will cover briefly what great fundraising can allow your chapter to experience during the year.
Sure, financial resources at its most basic level are designed to raise revenue and funds to allow chapter members to operate and participate in great FBLA PBL experiences. But financial resources in the hands of great FBLA advisors can be about a lot more than bringing in dollars. First, we believe that everybody who benefits from having FBLA PBL on campus should contribute in some way to the program. Members, students, the school in general, industry, and the broader community all benefit directly or indirectly from having a vibrant FBLA PBL program producing future business leaders. While the contributions of each of these stakeholders will vary in amount and in the way that they contribute, successful financial resources should engage all those in one way or another who stand to benefit from a terrific FBLA PBL program active in their school.
Second, we believe that FBLA PBL as a co-curricular education experience should be used as a career simulation to model what happens in the business world. So, just as a business prepares a budget, conducts research, studies competitors, plans, organizes, trains, promotes, and implements revenue-generating activities, there are many aspects of financial resources that allow for students to experience these same aspects of business and apply learning through fund development. So whether your fund development activities are big winners or fall short, the same thing happens in business. And it's the great FBLA PBL advisor who helps connect the learning between financial resources for chapter activities and how the experience applies to their future careers and roles as industry leaders. Now that we have talked about why financial resources are important, let's turn to what we raise funds to do.
Fund development is an important component of the broader management of an FBLA chapter. Ideally, before you engage with student leaders about fundraising, your chapter should have already put in place the following elements: vision, goals, and a program of work. Identified a calendar of activities with deadlines, meetings, and cool business leadership projects and experiences for members. Identification and leadership training of your chapter officer team. Understanding how your chapter officers will be involved in accounting for revenues and expenses and knowing your school business office procedures. If you need help with any of these areas, contacting your school administration, referring to the FBLA Chapter Management Handbook, or contacting your state advisor, state and national officers, or the FBLA National Center would be a great next step. So assuming these items are in place or in progress, let's talk about what we raise funds to do in FBLA. All of these items should ideally be tracked in a chapter budget. Here are some typical expenses for an FBLA chapter. Membership dues, equipment, materials, and study items for FBLA competition. FBLA uniforms, transportation, registration, and lodging for FBLA conferences. Refreshments and materials for chapter meetings. Expenses for marketing and promoting FBLA. Membership dues in the local Chamber of Commerce. FBLA attire, t-shirts, plaques, awards, and recognition items. Seed money for chapter events, activities, and fundraisers. Here's an interesting estimate on the cost per member of running the ultimate business leadership experience for students. Depending on where your chapter is located and how many FBLA events members go to, it's been estimated that the average cost per year To do everything in FBLA or any career technical student organization could run between $750 to $1,750 per student. That would cover everything from state and national fall conferences to regional and state conferences, the National Leadership Conference, and the FBLA Institute for Leaders. This would equal a truly amazing experience for students. You can see why developing a program of work and goals for a chapter is key to the fund development process. You have to have an idea as early as possible for what kind of program you want to lead this year. Based on that, you can then determine goals for student participation and identify your chapter fund development revenue targets. With these fundamentals in place, you'll be prepared to select from the thousands of ways possible your chapter can raise the thousands of dollars it will need to have an awesome year.
Thank you for watching this financial resources edition of FBLA PBL Advisor Success Academy. Make sure you check out the second part of this video series to learn more about the FBLA Financial 5-Star Method approach and where to find resources to meet your fundraising goals. Happy fundraising!